Hello everyone, this is KM Yehaasary, studying in B.Tech Artificial Intelligence and Data Science in Janssen Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. And here this video is on chemistry case study. My topic is a study on how renewable energy as a primary source of energy will affect society's approach to a better standard living. Here, first of all, we should know about renewable energy. Renewable energy is often refers to a clean energy which comes from a natural process or a processes that are constantly replenished. For example, we can say sunlight or wind keep shining and blowing even if their availability depends on time and weather. Renewable energy is going to be an important source of power generation in the near future because we can use these resources again and again to produce a useful energy. Provide 15 to 20 percentage of total world's energy. The world is going to turn into a global village due to more requirement of energy due to fast growing population, which leads to a use of the fossil fuels like coal, gas and oil to fulfill the energy requirement, which creates unsustainable situations and many problems like depletion of fossil fuels, environmental and geographical conflicts, greenhouse effects, global warming. Due to environmental friendly and less emission of gases from renewable energy, it is considered as a sustainable energy, also supported for the society from each dimensions like economics, social and environmental sources. Next, renewable energy is also called as alternative energy. Usable energy derived from replenishable sources such as sun, it gives solar energy. Wind, it gives wind power. Rivers, it produces hydroelectric power. Hot springs, we get geothermal energy. And from tides, we get tidal power. And biomass, we get biofuels. Approximately 1.6 billion people have no access to electricity and about 1.1 billion are without water supply. Renewable energy resources have an ability to complete the world's energy demand and protect the environment and provide energy security here. Examples of renewable resources are fossil fuels such as oil, coal and natural gas on the contrary are available in finite quantities only. As we keep extracting them, they will run out sooner. And although they are produced in natural processes, they do not replenish as soon quickly as humans use them. Next, here renewable energy as the primary source. Renewable energy sources, energy that comes from a source that is constantly renewed, such as sun and wind, and can replenish naturally in a primary and a short period of time. We do not have to worry about them running out. And returning to renewables to help mitigate climate change is an excellent approach which needs to be sustainable in order to meet energy demand for future generations. Next, about the benefits of renewable resources to people for survival. And here first point is renewable energy emits no or low greenhouse gases. That's good for the climate. Here they says that the combustion of fossil fuels for energy results in a significant amount of greenhouse gas emission. that contributes to global warming. Most sources of renewable results in little to no emissions, even when considering the full life cycle of the technologies. The next point is renewable energy emits no or low air pollutants that better for our health. In worldwide increase in fossil fuel based on road transport and industrial activities and power generation as well as the open burning of waste in many cities contributes to elevated level of air pollution. In many developed countries, the use of charcoal and fuel have heating and cooking also contributes to poor indoor air quality. It causes air pollutants and it damages the environment. According to studies by the World Health Organization, their presence above urban scales is responsible for millions of premature deaths and costs billions. Here, Inger Anderson says that instead of depleting precious resources and polluting the environment, renewable energy meets the objectives of the circular environment and it's a strong motor for social and economic development. Next point is renewable energy comes with low cost that good for keeping energy prices at affordable levels. Here they says geopolitical strife and upheavals often come with increasing energy price and limited access to resources. Since renewable energy is produced locally, it is less affected by geopolitical crises or prices spikes or sudden disruption in the supply chain. Here we see a graph. It shows global global levelized cost of electricity from newly commissioned utility scale renewable power generation technologies 2021, 2010 and 2020. And the next point, renewable energy creates jobs that good for the local community. Here, the largest part of renewable energy investment is spent on materials and workmanship to build and maintain the facilities rather than on costly energy inputs. Renewable energy investments are usually spent without the continent, frequently in the same country and often in the same town. This means the money citizen pay on the electrical bill, energy bill stays home to create jobs and fuel the local economy. The next point is renewable energy makes the energy system resilient that important to prevent power shortages. Here, renewables make urban energy infrastructures more independent from remote sources and grids. Businesses and industry investments in renewable energy to avoid disruptions, including resilience to weather related impact of climatic changes. Here this graph shows the share of electricity generation from variable renewable energies from top countries 2020. Here Denmark and Ireland, and Denmark is very highest in solar and wind power. The next point is renewable energy is accessible to all. That's good for development. In many parts of the world, renewable presents the lowest cost sources of new power generation technology and costs continue to decline, especially for cities in developing world. Renewable energy is the only way to expand energy access to all inhabitants and particularly those living in the urban slums and informal settlements and in the suburban and peri-urban areas. Renewable energy is secure, that good for stability. Evolving energy markets and geopolitical uncertainty have moved energy secure and very infrastructure resilience to the forefront of many national energy strategies. Security of supply is a serious concern in energy markets worldwide, from the European Union and the United States to Egypt and India. Here, next point, renewable energy is domestic, that good for acceptance. See, in recent years, the number of quantity that community energy projects using renewable sources have surged in various parts of the world. Although community energy is frequently associated with northern European countries such as Denmark and Germany, such projects are emerging in other parts of the world, including Thailand and Japan and Canada. This trend confirms that democracy is the important driver for the change to renewable energy. Here, this graph shows about the source and share of renewables. Gray color shows fossil fuels, nuclear power, and green color hydropower, and yellow color non-hydro renewables. Here, the impacts of renewable energy. Here's the first, social impacts. These resources also provide social benefits like improvement of health. According to choice of here consumer, advancement in technologies and opportunities for the work, but some basic consideration should be taken for the benefit of humans. For example, climate conditions, level of education, and standard of living, and region, whether urban or rural, from agricultural point of view. Here, social aspects are the basic consideration of the development of any country. Next, the environmental impacts. Here, environmental impacts on renewable energy projects have also contributed in improving environmental impacts such as reduction of carbon dioxide gas, awakening community about the climate change. The study observed very small impact on the people living in the particular area, tourism, cost of energy supply, and educational impacts, and significant impacts are observed in improvement of life standards, social bonds, creations, and community development. The two main aspects of environment are air and water pollution, normally created by the discharged water from houses, industries, and polluted rain and discharge of used oils and liquids containing poisonous chemicals and heavy metals like mercury, lead, etc. At last, one of the best example of renewable energy usage is Kerala's Cochin International Airport is the first airport in the world that would be running fully on solar power. The airport officially commissioned a 12 megawatt solar project in 2015. CIAL expects the plant to generate more power than what is required for the airport. Here is a fully and solar powered airport. And thank you. I hope you understand this case study and it was very useful. Thank you.